All right, I got a few more things to say about my experience watching Jurassic World Dominion for my birthday today. I liked the accent of the little girl in the movie. Pretty sure it was an English accent, but um, I'm not sure which dialect, which region of the of England. But I liked that accent of hers. So I don't know where I was thinking which actress have I heard this accent? Was it Keira Knightley possibly? Hmm. Yeah, it was a nice accent. There was a character in the movie that it was during the scene where they had these dinosaurs, like these little smaller dinosaurs. It might have been velociraptors, where they were like they were fighting each other, like a rooster fight, which I think they probably still do, like in Mexico or somewhere, which is pretty horrible. But yeah, it was during this scene I thought I saw a character wearing a mask, so I was thinking of the damn virus. So it was not like the usual masks that you'd see a lot of people wearing, but like more like an old western, like a bandana. Yeah, like a bandana, but he was wearing it like over his nose and mouth. So I'm not sure why, because he was the only one doing that. But it just made me think of the damn virus. And then also, I was looking at the credits because I want to make sure who was. See, I whenever I watch movies, I always like to look in the credits to see if I recognize any actors, just to see, oh, which actors played what. Uh, so I was doing that after the movie, which probably wasn't a good idea because I had to pee for most of the movie. But I really wanted. I figured, well, I paid the $7.50 for the movie. I guess I might as well, if I can survive, if I can make it, if my bladder can make it, to watch the credits, I was gonna do it. So I did it, and so that's what I do now. Whenever I watch movies, I always look in the credits to just look at the cast, and then also since watching the superhero movies, how sometimes they have an extra scene at the end, like after the credits. I always, every time now, after looking at the cast, I usually fast forward to the end uh, to see if there's an extra scene at the end after the credits. So I was doing that too. I was like just looking at the credits and seeing if there was an extra scene at the end. There wasn't. There usually isn't. It's usually just for those superhero movies. But I noticed in some of the crew, there were several of the crew that I saw uh, where it was like related to the damn virus. There was like virus coordinator and uh, manager and something else. There were a bunch of them. So that's the first time I ever saw that in a movie. There were actually a couple people. Okay, so when I went, kind of funny when you go to a theater and you're like, I think there's only been like maybe one or two times where I was like the only person in the theater. I think that has happened like one or two times. But other times where there's like just like a couple other people or one other person. So that's weird. Going to the theater and you're like pretty much have the whole room to yourself. I definitely prefer that over the times where it's like really busy and yeah, that's annoying. 'Cause then there's times where you're like trying to find the seat that the spot, the location in the room that you prefer. Like I always like to be at the very top in the middle. I think it's crazy when people sit like really close to the screen. I did that once. It was awful. So it's nice when there's less people in the theater, definitely. But so when I went in there, there was only there was only two other people, and that was it for the whole movie. Just me and two other people that were like toward the middle front area. It looked like it was a guy and a girl, I assume. I think that's what they were. But they were both wearing the mask because of this damn virus. But I always get annoyed with it with people who still do that. Uh, they're sitting right next to each other and they got these goofy masks on. It's annoying because I always hated wearing the stupid mask, and especially when you have the option of not wearing the mask, and there's still people that feel like they still need to or want to wear the mask. It just makes me think, what are you doing? You don't have to wear the mask anymore. There was no like even the people that were working at the theater. I didn't see, well, I guess I didn't look at everybody that was working there, but at least the person who uh, I paid bought the ticket from, they weren't wearing a mask. There was no sign on the door that said nobody had to wear a mask. So these people just decided they really needed to wear the mask. They really wanted to. I don't know. So I always get annoyed by still seeing people wearing a mask when they are not mandated, because it's always nice to breathe fresh air. I always hated those masks. Yeah. So it was just me and those two goofy people in the front, sitting right next to each other, wearing the mask. Goofy. Uh, I guess the only other thing I was going to say, nothing to do with the movie. I just on my way home, I was biking home, and I I saw this guy in this parking lot. Uh, he was doing tricks on his bike, on his bicycle. I've seen this before, but never in person, so I thought it was pretty neat. I had to stop and watch him for a little bit. Uh, I don't know if he noticed me watching him. It might have seemed kind of weird, but if you're doing tricks in a parking lot, you shouldn't be surprised if you get an audience. So I don't know if that was distracting or encouraging for this person. So this guy was like, he was on the bike and he was on like both sides of the bike at one point, and there was like the bike was spinning. It wasn't like amazing, but it was pretty good what he was doing. He was pretty skilled at it. Uh, so yeah, he was pretty good, pretty neat, pretty neat seeing that in person. Uh, I guess that's it. I guess that's all I need to say. All I want to say about my birthday today. Going to see a movie in the theater after 3 years of not going to the theater. I just prefer it if it would be nice if I didn't have to pee for most of the movie. And also, yeah, I was definitely like pretty much like as soon as I got in as soon as I got in there, I was remembering how nice it was when I had someone to sit next to me in the theater and even to hold hands with. So I was missing that experience, and so I'm hoping that I'll be able to go to the movie with someone again. I don't know when. I keep looking on these online dating places. Facebook has something now that seems kind of nice. Maybe something from that will happen. So maybe, hopefully, next year for my birthday, I won't be by myself. But that's a whole year away, so it would be nice not to wait a whole year. It would be nice to meet somebody this year. We'll see. We shall see about that.